And good evening, everyone. A day of fun at Darien Lake took a tragic turn late this afternoon on the theme park's biggest roller coaster.
Army Sergeant James Hackamer, who lost both his legs in a roadside bombing in Iraq, died after falling from the Ride of Steel. News 4's George Rickard is live in Genesee County tonight with the latest. George.
Well, Jackie, there are very few stories I know I will never forget. And one of those stories is the story of Sergeant James Hackamer, the Gowanda High School graduate who went off to war, but 3 years ago lost both of his legs on the battlefield. He came back with a new sense of faith, a new sense of courage, learning to live with no legs. Tonight, he brought that courage to Darien Lake, got on the biggest roller coaster in western New York, but during the ride, he fell out of the car and died. Daniel Summer was on the Ride of Steel at about 5:30 p.m., about 10 cars back. In one of the first cars of the roller coaster, he watched an amputee get in. It was Sergeant James Hackamer, who lost both legs to a roadside bomb in Iraq 3 years ago.
They were helping him in, and we were on the ride, and we started to go, and we went on the first drop. We were about probably 75 miles an hour, had to be, coming down from that drop. And on the first turn, you know, this kid with no legs, he falls out of the cart.
It happened on the first turn after the big drop. And when you saw him get in, did the workers know that he was handicapped?
Oh, yes, they did. They knew he was handicapped. He had no legs. You know, they were very quick about securing people in. They're not, you know, they should be more help for the people. You know, they should be more secured about, you know, how the people are secured in and stuff.
So far, the park isn't saying much about it.
An adult male guest came out of the Ride of Steel roller coaster, and we are saddened to report that the guest has passed away. We are currently investigating the situation with our safety experts and local authorities. Our thoughts and prayers, of course, are with the friends and the family of the victim.
Now, the next big question is, should he have been on that ride? And how much of a role did his not having legs have to do with why he fell out of the car? Darien Lake officials are not ready to answer that yet. But I did talk with Hackamer's father and mother here tonight. They didn't want to be on camera, but when asked about him going on that roller coaster, they told me that's exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to live. As for Darien Lake, the Ride of Steel is closed. It might be closed tomorrow as the investigation continues, but the rest of the park is operating as normal. Live at Darien Lake, George Rickard, News 4 at 11.